We welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to beautiful River Forest here at Concordia Stadium here for today's action as your Concordia University Chicago Cougars take set to face off against the Buccaneers of Beloit College. Hello, everyone. My name is Rafael Gonzalez. I'll be on the call for this one. For the Cougars, this is their second conference game of the year. Their last conference game came this past Saturday against Marian University of Wisconsin. They were victorious that day by a final score of 9-8, headlined by three multi-goal scorers, particularly Kelly Berchowski, scored a hat-trick in that day, her fifth hat-trick of the season, which leads the team not only in hat-tricks in the game, but also with 21 goals on the season. Two goal scorers as well for the Cougars, who scored twice in that game, was Jessica Parker and Riley Ornstein, who has since, as of late, has started to turn around her season after the early season initial struggles. On the other side of things, you have Beloit College. The Buccaneers come into today with a record of 2-4. They will play one conference game 4 days ago away to Concordia, Wisconsin, which they were victims of an 18-2 defeat. As we get here today, Beloit in the all-navy, going from left to right. Start off here in the first. The Cougars in the traditional white and maroon lettering, going from right to left. Before we continue today's game, take the sidelines for both teams. For Beloit, number 3, Macy James. Number 7, Olivia Fairback. Number 9, Paige Erali. Number 12, Daisy Kleinhofer. So number 13, Susanna Healy. Number 15, Alexa Schubert. Number 16, Joanna McNair. Number 17, Emma May. Number 20, Cassidy Felix. Number 22, Haley McNamee. And number 26, Elizabeth Patty. We'll take a look at the Cougars lineups here in a second, but the Cougars win the opening possession of the day. These are two teams coming into the day who are at the bottom of the conference in goals per game. These are two teams that have struggled in offensive power this season. Beloit coming in only scoring 5.5 goals a game, while the Cougars have just eclipsed the 6 goals per average mark. They have yet this year have scored yet in a double-digit mark, but they have a chance here to take the lead first. And we have a whistle here and be a free possession here for the Cougars. And taking up the shot right here is going to be number 8, Jessica Parker, who we mentioned to show you scored 2 goals in Saturday's win against Marian. Parker looks to give the Cougars the lead, and she can't do it that time as the shot goes wide to the right. Take a look at the Cougars lineup here for a second. Number 1, Sarah Ludwig. Number 5, Chloe Shasma. Number 7, Britton Beaton. Number 8, Jessica Parker. The Cougars still have possession in the offensive zone. They give it to Petrowski. Number 19, other stars as well. Number 18, Kaylee Sala. Number 23, Lauren Sala. Number 25, Kate Johnson. Number 10, Nia Nace. Number 11, Becky Comaneres. Take a look at the starting goalkeepers from both teams. For the Cougars, Ryan McGee, once again, the 4-year starter of this team. Behind the sticks comes to the day with a save percentage of 48 while giving about 13 goals per game. On the other side, for the Buccaneers, you have number 32, Sophia Jadaloa, who comes in the day with an impressive save percentage of 62%. Shot once again, that time from Parker goes wide. Cougars early on here, starting this game on the right foot offensively. Spito now. So there, Pietrowski. Having a career year. Flings it off right there. Parker has to backtrack and gives it off to Shasma. Nice pass right there to Pietrowski across the middle. Shot again. Goes wide. And this time, possession will go in favor of the Buccaneers. This is a Beloit team that has won twice this year, with their wins coming away at Elmhurst by a score of 8-4, and their other win at home against University of Wisconsin Staff 15-7. The key player for them to watch in this game, I got for number 16, Joanna McNair, comes in with 18 goals on the season, scoring for over half of the team's goals this season. Here comes Beloit now. This is their first offensive possession of the game inside the Cougars' defensive zone. And it stopped immediately right there. It's picked up there by Ludwig. Now Ludwig now roaming freely on the far side of the field. No one near her. And now has to give it off right there to Pietrowski. Trasko will take into the offensive zone. Gets met defensively right there by Sugar. Chesky still looking for someone. Finds Johnson, and Johnson cannot capitalize right there on the near close opportunity. So far, that's the fourth shot of the day for the Cougars. However, none of those shots have been registered on target. They're getting opportunities, but they haven't been able to convert them on net. Ornstein backpedals now. I see it dumps it up right there on the near post or the B2, who backtracks it and gives it to Ornstein once more. Berchowski should have a go at it. And a good save at that time by the netminder, Beloit. Cougars again. Still have the control. 55 seconds left on the shot clock. Plenty of time for them to get a quality shot in. And Ornstein right there falls to the ground. She was trying to muscle her way past several Buccaneers defenders. And now her efforts will be rewarded for penalty here in the free possession. Ornstein to give the Cougars the early 1-0 lead here early on, and can't do so that time as the shot falls right into the basket of the netminder, Beloit, the senior out of Verona, Wisconsin. You mentioned about Beloit's performance so far this year with an impressive save percentage of 62, despite giving up a little bit over 10 goals a game this year. She comes in today first in the conference in save percentage among qualified goalkeepers. But so far the Cougars are bringing all the pressure. Petrosky goes inside, can't get the pass right there, or the ball I should say. And now Beloit will finally try to move it out, and they do. Currently with the ball right now is Healy. It's picked up right there by Kleinhofer. Then given right there. McNair, number 16, now has it. Defended there by Ludwig. McNair tries to spin. Ludwig doesn't allow it. McNair now going from near side of the field to the far side. Flings it. So 4 seconds left on the shot clock for the Bucks. Rowdy right now has it. Still maintaining control. That picked up on the ground right there by Felix. Felix looking for a shot opportunity, potentially decides not. Gives it right there for Baki. Baki tries to cut in. And a whistle for the shot. And it's going to be free possession for her, number 7, Olivia Fabaraki. The senior out of Washington looks to make it her 6th goal of the season. Can't do so that time. However, a great opportunity potentially right there for the Bucks. And Rowdy, the shot goes just a bit wide on that. So far, both teams have found opportunities here, taking an early lead, but neither one has yet capitalized. Play continues now. Is Pierchowski. Sprints upward across the middle right now. Has Bito. Gives it to Bito. Bito can't corral it. Nays now controls it. And they work from the top of Ornstein. Shasma. Chowski and now Bito a player on the near side of the net. Chowski. Pass over the outreach right there of Shasma. And now there's a scramble on the far side trying to pick up. It looks like Beloit now will look to get control. They do. Seven minutes and 45 seconds left in the first half. Excuse me, in the first quarter, I should say. It's still a scoreless game between the teams. And a game that many Felt like it was going to be an offensive struggle based on what these two teams have done physically up to this season as Pierczewski pushes to the ground right there. Number 20, Cassidy Felix. Speak to it now. Beto takes it all the way, but looking for help here shortly. Analysis of the situation. Days. Parker. Johnson, right there to beat him. An opportunity to push for Parker. Parker can't finish it that time again. This Beloit defense is still hanging on. Scramble right there to get the ball. And the rest will stop it, and Beloit will look to get out of the defensive zone right here. That is the 7th shot of the game for the Cougars compared to only 1 so far for Beloit. This was a Beloit team coming in that in their past 2 games against St. Benedict and Concordia, Wisconsin have been outscored by a combined total of 32-6. Well, the Cougars, we mentioned, won their conference opening game this past Saturday home against Marion. Before that, they were struggling at a 1-6 record with their only one coming away to Augustana. Nice pass right there inside and capitalize it there by number 12, Daisy Kleinhofer on the finish right there in front of the nets. And the Bucks of Beloit have taken advantage in a game in which they have been playing on the back foot. But on their second shot of the day, they make it count. Kleinhofer right there, that will be her second of the season. Gives the Bucks a 1-0 lead. This was not the case for the Cougars on Saturday. They got out to a 2-0 lead after the first, but today they fall down here early on here in the first. Assist there for the goal by Kleinhofer right there, listed number 16, Joanna McNair. That'll be your second assist of the year. Also the team's leading goal scorer. Now the Cougars, they were down often in the game against Marion, particularly at one point in the third quarter. However, they traded goals in that crazy third quarter. So we'll be seeing here if they can pull a goal back here in the remaining 5.5 minutes in the first. Ornstein. Pierczewski. Cougars playing. So far offensively, looking to find someone potentially cut in. So far, no one for the Cougars is cutting in at the moment. Mays. Mays finds a Parker. Parker capitalizes on the spot right there. Goal for number 8 for the Cougars, and Jessica Parker, the junior, has tied up the game. And for Parker, it will be her 14th on the season as her career year continues. And the assist there credited much deservedly right there to number 10, Nina Nays, her 4th assist of the season, which leads the team in the category. And just like that, after being down for about a minute and 14 seconds, the Cougars have responded and have tied things up here at 1 apiece. So we get set here for the draw. Parker wins the draw control right there. Cougars look to actually score 2 goals within a minute of each other right here. We'll see. Pierczewski tries to Juke across the middle, can't. Jasmine will look to try and do the same, and unable to do so. Pass right there to Pierre-Chowski's gonna fall right there to the stick of MMA before the whistle. Possession will go into the favor of the arrow for Beloit. This is a Beloit team that last year had a 1-10 record, with their only win coming in the opening game of the season, so they've already surpassed their total from last season. However, in conference play, they struggled mightily last year, including when both teams faced off last year at Beloit, which the Cougars were victorious that day, 12-1, including a 5-goal first period from the Cougars and a 6-goal in the fourth quarter, including a hat-trick that day by our very own Jessica Parker, who has opened up the scoring for the Cougars here today. Jasmine currently has it. Up there at number 5, Kate Johnson. Bit of a tic-tac-toe right there between Ornstein and Parker right there. Neither one can find an open Cougar. Ornstein now tries to go on her own right here to stop right there by 3 Buccaneer defenders. So they have to play once again from the point at the top. And the pass right there to Johnson is going to be picked off right there by May. Now May will swing it up ahead, and it's going to fall into the stick right there. Fairberg. Fairberg can try on her own. The shot appeared to be safe for McGee. Possession will still remain with the Buccaneers. With 2:50 left in the first. Buccaneers spinning, trying to find some room to take a shot. Can't do so. And a good job there by Saylor again in front of the pass right there in the high percentage area. There has it once more. There's a stoppage. And a free possession right here for Beloit to take the 1-goal lead. An opportunity here for McNair to get yourself another goal on the score sheet, but McGee right there says no to the shot. On what is the 4th shot up of the day for the Bucks. This is a Beloit team that hasn't gotten many opportunities so far this year to convert behind that. They only have averaged 15 shots a game while allowing their opponents over double that at 32. So far, the trend continues on in the first quarter. The Cougars, however, Cougars have had 20 shots per game while allowing their opponents at 34. So we get set here. Pietrowski. Johnson found right there, beats him. Jesma slings it right there to Parker, who immediately gives it to Ornstein. Ornstein trying to take it all by herself. Does so. Shot goes above the bar. Cougars will still have possession right here. Beto flings it right there. Pass well over the reach of the Cougar attacker right there. Colmenares. Next shot for the Cougars will be their 10th here in the quarter. Piotrowski going to have an opportunity. Does so and capitalizes right there on the spot. So Kevin Piotrowski, the grad student, has done it again. Make that goal number 22 on the year. Her first of the day. And with a minute 10 left from here in the first, the Cougars take a 2-1 lead here at home, thanks in large part to number 19, who has been the key player so far this year attacking-wise for the Cougars. So you mentioned Piotrowski, who scored a hat trick this past Saturday against Merriam. What has been a career year for the grad student. So today's goal, it will be now 5 consecutive games for her with a goal. It all started back against Lake Forest, in which she scored a hat trick, followed by a 4-goal performance against Kalamazoo, a 1-goal performance against University of Wisconsin Lacrosse, and then the hat trick, as we mentioned, on Saturday. With a minute and 5 left now, Cougars look to end the first here on a high note and preserve their 1-goal lead. Beloit want to get things doubled here in the final minute. Cromwell there picked up there by McGee. McGee pushes it up ahead right there to Piotrowski, who gets it on the bounce. 45 seconds remaining now in the first. Jasmine now has it. Has some space in front of her now. It's right there to Ornstein. And a pass right there. The wind playing a factor in the pass right there from Ornstein to Parker. Temperature maybe 67 today, but boy, it does not feel like that with the wind. As we are approaching near the end here of the first. Beloit here would like to get a shot and does not appear so. And that will be the end of the first. Cougars up ahead 2-1 on Beloit as we will be back here shortly for the start of the second quarter. Second quarter slowly soon to commence here in River Forest. Cougars are up 2-1 against the Buccaneers of Beloit College. Beloit took a 1-0 lead thanks to a goal by Daisy Kleinhofer, which is her second goal of the season. Since then, the Cougars have scored 2 goals unanswered thanks to number 8, Jessica Parker, and number 19, Kayla Piachowski. As we can say here, for the start of the second quarter, the sun is slowly starting to peek out right here, where there's been a windy yet warm day at the same time. This is the second consecutive home game for the Cougars, along with that their second conference game of the year. Same thing also for Beloit. So we get set here in the second. Beloit this time going from right to left, while the Cougars are going left to right. Both teams were pretty even in the first quarter. The only major physical difference so far has been the Cougars, who have 10 shots, 5 of them on net. However, Beloit with only 5 yet. Out of those 5 shots, 4 of them have gone on net. So I have the same amount of shots on net, despite the quality of shots being less than half of them compared to the Cougars. Here comes McNair, number 16 in the navy blue, who is the leading goal scorer today. Had a chance to tie things up late in the first on a free possession shot that was saved by McGee. So she'll look to tie this game up here. And he's going to have that chance right here for another free possession opportunity. The sophomore attacker out of Fishers, Indiana, will look to level the score at 2 apiece. McNair. The shot goes through past McGee. A little bit of unconventional method right there to get the shot, but it works that time for number 16. And it ties the game up at 2 apiece. Her 19th on the year for McNair. And it ties the game at 2 apiece. This is a Cougars team this year that, in the second quarter specifically this year, they have struggled. They have conceded 34 goals in the second, which is most they have conceded in any quarter this year, while only scoring 12. I remember in Saturday's outing against Merriam, they were up 2-0 after the first before only 3 goals in the second to luckily have the game tied at 3 apiece at the half. Meanwhile, back for McNair, her goal streak continues so far this year, including she had an impressive 8-goal performance against Wisconsin Stow only a couple of weeks ago. As the wind continues to pick up fiercely here, it's going to be a challenge for these players. Johnson. Right there, Ornstein. Sorry, they're not floating pass right there. There's Jasmine. Jasmine looks to score! And it appears just before that was a whistle. There's a near opportunity right there for Jasmine. They're on the year, can't do so that time. Piachowski, however, saved there by the Buccaneer, not minding right there on the save. She shows right there why she is the best goalkeeper in the conference statistically up to this point this season. Ball's going to fall right there into the stick there that time of May. She looks to get out of her defensive zone. Can't do so right there. Good pressure there by Ornstein. However, that time possession will go to the Bucks and they'll have another chance to clear it out. So the big problems the Cougars had at the beginning of the season were their draw controls and the ground ball pickup. So far today, including last game against Marion, that has not been an issue. Meanwhile, McNair right here is going to leave it off right there. And the shot hits the post right there that time. An opportunity right there for Fairbank. And she had an opportunity right there to take the lead for Beloit. However, the post denies her that time. Now Beloit looks to calm things down right here. Currently in control right now is Arialdi right now with the ball. Looking for an opening, has to play it back right there to Healy. McNair now in control again. There's Bones both to her left or right. Can't get away from Cominares and now has to play behind the net. Let's see what she'll do next. And a good job there on the other side defensively there by Parker. And if 1 second left on the shot clock, it's going to be shot clock violation, it appears. Ludwig will now get it out defensively, keeps it off right there. Shafsmo, who has to spin around and get past right there. Midfielder Healy. And now being guarded by both Geinhofer and Patapati for a second. Parker looking to make potentially her second goal of the game. Ornstein. She gives it up right there to Ornstein. And opportunity, goal and opportunity right here for Piotrowski. Can't have any room for a shot. She has to get it right back out to Johnson. 30 seconds up on the shot clock now for the Cougars. Beto. Ornstein. Parker cuts across the middle. Is met right there by two defenders. Still able to pull off the shot. However, does not go on target. Ornstein. Goal opportunity for Ornstein. And capitalizes right there. Giving the Cougars the lead. Another goal for Ornstein this season. And the senior now has her 8th goal of the season. Ornstein has turned it around here in the half of the season now. Make it 5 straight games for her of a goal this season. After the early portion of the season, she had her struggles, but since then, she's reminding us all why last year she was top 3 in goal scoring a year ago with 38. And regains the Cougars their 1 goal lead here in the second. And the assist there on the goal of Ornstein is going to be off. Number 10 right there, Nays, her second assist of the day. And with 9:21 left here in the second, it is a 3-2 lead for the Cougars. Boy, look to respond here quickly here with 9 minutes left here before the half. McNair flings one right across front of the net and again hits the poster that time on a shot from Ely. So twice today the Bucks have been denied by the woodwork. And a goal opportunity right there to immediately level things up back to 3. But still remains a 1 goal lead for the Cougars. And a shot right there. Save right there by McGee. It's going to be McGee's 5th save of the day on 7 shots. Now, here comes Piotrowski running ahead now. It is a 3-on for the Cougars. Now they make it a 3-on-2. Piotrowski He's going to try to go all the way. Can't do so. It's going to get Beloit a chance right here to come back defensively, and they do. So a good job there by Beloit to eliminate a potential 3-on-2 opportunity for the Cougars. Ornstein. No, it's going to be Parker, I should say. Now, Petrovsky again looking for a second. Can't do so. And once again, we have seen time and time again the senior netminder for Beloit, number 32, Sophia Giroux, coming up in the clutch. Now, Ludwig now. Goes up to Beto. Cougars starting off here the second so far very well offensively. Beto. Shasman, they work it up top again. Ornstein has to pick it up. Does. Continue to play on. Ornstein has an opportunity across the middle for a second goal of the day, and does so right there. Well, Ornstein makes it now a 2-goal lead for the Cougars at the halfway point in the second. Second on the day for number 12. And her 9th now on the year. And things are really looking up for the Cougars now. Here in the second as they are up now by 2. Cougars 4, Buccaneers 2. As Ornstein right there found some space in between the Beloit defense across the middle right there in a high percentage area. And capitalizes it right there. Her 9th of the year, that time unassisted. The Cougars here are riding high with 7 minutes left before halftime. And now if you're below, they have to dig deep here with 7 minutes left before halftime and look to cut it up to 1 or even better tie things here. Now, the second quarter for them this year has not been pretty. Just like we mentioned for the Cougars, how they have struggled at most this year in the second. The same case goes for Beloit as well. They have conceded 18 goals while only scoring 8 coming today. And since then now, they've conceded now 20 second period goals, which leads to a goal differential at a minus 11. Shasma. Cougars continuing to put the pressure on the Bucks, not letting them play on the back foot right here. Ornstein Piotrowski. He's going to let it off right there to Nays, so Nays now will play behind the net. And opportunity for Parker, and Parker scores that time. Her second of the day. So her and Ornstein become the 2 scorers in this game with a pair of goals, and just like that, the lead has gone up to 3 now. It is 5-2 for the Cougars. And Parker back-to-back games for her now with multi-goal performance. So it has been an impressive year for her. The junior out of Lake in the Hills, Illinois. Parker's 15th of the year. Nays again, an assist. Her 3rd assist of the day. She's had a hat trick now in assists for number 10 in the midfield. Well, for Nays, it is her first multi-assist game since dating back to last year, second game of the year, in which she had 3 goals and assists to her name and a win against Elmhurst last year. As now Cougars look to make it 6 here. Ruchowski. All going to be picked up right there, and it is. By the box and Ludwig right there. Perfectly timed interception by her. And offsides right there. On Ludwig. And then if you go further back, as you mentioned before about Nays, her assists. Last year she had 2 in a game against Elmhurst. You have to go back to her freshman year, in which she had 5 assists and a win against Miriam, Wisconsin. So it's been quite a while for her. And not only having over a hat trick and assist in the game, but also multi-assists. Today, though, things have gone perfectly right for number 10 from St. Louis. Bound for Beloit, they have been looking flat here. Throughout the majority of this quarter, they have been not really that bad physically in terms of shots. They've had 4 while the Cougars have had 6. However, just the conversion rate for the Cougars has been the key difference so far in today's game. And down there, the Cougars have done such a really good job controlling the possession time, particularly in the offensive zone. Chasky looking to get herself another one here, has an opportunity, and does so easily on the spot right there. No difficulty there for number 19 in the white and maroon. So Pachowski now joins both Orsi and Parker. So all 6 goals for the Cougars today have come from those 3 players. As Pachowski joins the list with 2 goals on the day. And it is a 6-2 game. And it seems like an eternity ago for Beloit, in which this game was only tied just not a while ago. Because remember, with 13:52 left in the second, this game was all tied up at 2. But since then, the Cougars have gone on an impressive 4-0 run and have now taken firm control of the game. That's where Beloit, their recent struggles continue to show so far today. This was a team that was giving up 10 goals a game so far this year, but in their last 2 games they've given up an average of 16, and with 2 minutes, 3.5 minutes left here in the second, Cougars could potentially go up a couple more goals. And Beto right there gets tackled to the ground right there. And Beto's going to have an opportunity here, it seems, on a free possession to push the lead even further to a 5-goal lead here. As the senior captain looks to get himself on the score sheet for the 4th time this season. Beto gives out right to the Nays. Perfectly placed ball right to the Nays. And she scores that time. So Nays with a hat trick of assists on the day. Now gets her well-deserved goal. It is now 7-0 now for the Cougars. It is a 5-goal lead now. Their 5th goal of the second. And for Nays, that is her 2nd goal of the season. It is her 1st goal since the opening game of the year here at home against St. Mary's of Indiana. And with 3.5 minutes left, things are starting to get out of hand here quickly for the Buccaneers. As Beto will get the assist there that time. For Beto, it will be her 1st assist on the season. Beloit desperately wants to control right here the draw. and they will be a whistle. They have been outshined this game 19-8, and they just look like they're out of it mentally here. But there's still time left to pull a goal back. Shot right there got blocked on the way through on the attempt right there by Fairbank. Boy, have had a couple of good chances. Remember, they had 2 shots in this period in which both shots hit the post. So this game could have a different complexion had those 2 shots gone in. But since then, things have just not gone right for them up to this point. Foul there against Felix right there, number 20 for Beloit. Parker right there, Piotrowski. One of them will be looking to get themselves a hat trick here before halftime. But it's not going to be one of them two. It might be Ornstein right here, as all 3 of them are on the right side of the field right here on the near side. Ornstein, nice spin move, has to retreat back, however. Parker. Piotrowski, and then they'll see where they go from here with Johnson. Spito. Ornstein. Ornstein can get himself a hat trick. Might do so right here. Cannot do so, however, has a good save right there, using her knees that time. An opportunity wide open there for Piotrowski. Gets herself the hat trick here at the edge of halftime. It is another hat trick for number 19 this year, Piotrowski. As her season continues to flourish, it is her 6th hat trick of the season. As they further extend the lead, the Cougars now to 8-2 with 1:03 left here before halftime. We mentioned how Piotrowski might be able to get a hat trick here before the half, and she does so that time. Assisted there by Ornstein to be her 2nd on the year for Ornstein. For Piotrowski, it's her 24th goal on the year. What a year she has had, Piotrowski. Last year she scored 10 goals last year. Now this year with 24, and still there are still several more games left this season for the Cougars. So she could get that tally maybe all the way up to 40 by the end of the year. Who knows? Depending how things go from here on to the season. With a minute left before halftime, Beloit here look to go back right here and go into the locker room with any sort of momentum here. They have been just out of it since the 2-2 tie early on in the second. Things have been quiet from their side of things in the offensive zone. Well, it has been a party here for the Cougars. And a nice save right there by Mickey, by in front and close right there, as Rowdy right there tried to get herself on the score sheet today. And now Cougars looking to go in here before halftime. A long pass to Johnson. Johnson can't get there, and that is pretty much going to be how the opening half will end here in 3, 2, 1. And there's the horn for halftime. Cougars are up 8-2 on Beloit here as they look to start off the year 2-0 in conference play. Will they do so? We'll have to wait and find out here for the start of the second half soon. Okay, we are back here, ladies and gentlemen. Start with the recording as the Cougars are up 8-2 on the Buccaneers of Beloit. A magic number right now for the Cougars is 4. If they score the next 4 goals, the running clock will commence with their 10-goal lead. But for now, Beloit will look to not allow it to happen as we are set here for the start of the second half here in the third quarter. Second quarter ended with a 6-1 run by the Cougars, scoring the last 6 goals unanswered after the Beloit tied this game up early on in the second. But since it has all been the Cougars, thanks in large part to Beloit, Jessica Parker, and Riley Ornstein, each with 2 goals or more. Beloit with a hat trick, her 6th on the year, and the other goal scorer for them this year is Inez. For Beloit, their 2 goals came off the stick of number 16, Joanna McNair, who leads the team in goals, who now has 19 on the year. The other goal scorer for the number 12, Daisy Kleinhofer. So we get things started again. Here comes Ornstein right now, as the Cougars have their first possession here of the second half. Ornstein can't get there, fall right there to stick of Pito, who immediately gives it up right there. Piotrowski, and able to reset it and get going once more. Ornstein is gonna have a chance here to get herself her hat trick. It'll be her first. Ornstein here has a chance here to make it 9, and can't do so that time. It looked like couldn't tell from here where it hit the sideline or was saved. No matter what, the goal lead still remains 6 for the Cougars. Petrowski looking to make it her 4th. Can't, blocked right there in front by May. However, opportunity still lingers here for the Cougars. There, Petrowski, an opportunity to make it 4. Cannot. So we have a whistle here, and the refs are looking to start things out. Shall go to Beloit right here. See, he picks it up off the ground. McNair will do so for Beloit. As we have just passed a little under the 2-minute mark here in the second half. Of course, this is not the only game today in lacrosse. The men's lacrosse, they will travel to Beloit tonight at 7 p.m. as the Cougars look to get not only their first conference win, their first win of the year, as it has been quite a while since they picked up their last win. So hopefully tonight will be the night. Currently rolling on right now on the other side of campus. The softball for the Cougars as they take on the Park University. This coverage is just about to get going right there. Part of the doubleheader they have today. And then but here in River Forest, here at beautiful Concordia Stadium, it is still a 6-goal lead for the Cougars. McNair looks to bring it back down to 5 right here and hopes for a third quarter rally. Can't do it on her own, however. Needs to find someone. Finds the other goal scorer of the team, Kleinhofer. Kleinhofer does a 360 behind the net. He's going to have a shot. And the shot right there saved by McGee DePiers. Picked up behind the net right there by Airowdy. So Airowdy tries to cut. Can't do so. Looking to have a shot right there. A tough angle, wasn't able to get what she wanted. And now picked up right there by Farbarik. Shot right there. Another save there to McGee. Added another one to her collection today. That'll be her 9th save on the day on 11 shots. A really good performance from the reminder, one that she really needed to boost her confidence. It was a slow start to the season, just like many of the Cougar players coming in to this past week before the start of the conference games. Pietrowski falls down, gets back up, and they'll play through Ornstein now as they give it up to Shasma. Shasma tries to go across the middle. There's a chance. There's a whistle right there. The opportunity here will be for Shasma to get herself on the score sheet today. Shasma looking to make it her 3rd goal on the season. Looking to make it 9 as well for the Cougars. And shot it there. Was a no go that time for her. Chowski. Well right there. And picked off and now running it out of the defensive zone is Healy, who gives it up right there to Janes. Rowdy now with space is going to try to linger her way to the offensive zone and does. And another pass right there. It's going to lead a change in possession. Turnovers for both teams pretty even so far. 11 for Beloit, 9 for the Cougars. The only major difference so far in stats in this game has been the 25 shots for the Cougars, which out of those 25, all but 6 have been on target. And for Beloit, they have 13 shots. 11 of those have been on target, but they haven't had enough shots yet. Or quality shots, I should say, to really make an impact. And it's been that way for pretty much since the early point of the second quarter till right now. Back. Strolling away. Rowdy, can she get there? She tries to fling it, almost like a backhand attempt. Shot goes wide, it appears. McGee now will try to play out, has to play it from behind the net, gives it right there to a sprinting Ornstein. Ornstein's taking it all the way before she finally lets it go right there. Pietrowski. Pito, followed by Nays, who has a hat-trick and assist so far, along with a goal to her name today. Cougars 1 goal away from tying the season high that they achieved twice this year, most recently in their last game on Saturday against Merriam. They have yet scored double digits yet so far this year, which last year they were averaging a little over 10 goals a year. So that has not been the case this year. However, today, along with last Saturday, they have started to finally hit their strides. Eight minutes left in the third. A quick timeout stoppage on the field. Looking ahead to tomorrow's athletic schedule. Best of luck to the dance team as they are on their way right now to Daytona Beach, Florida for their preliminaries before their finals this weekend. And then you have the men's volleyball team in their very season finale. It's their last conference game of the year against Edward College. Peter Burkesk and I will be on the call for that one as the men's volleyball team in desperate need of a win if they want to make it to the conference tournament. Culinaries, can she pick it up? She does. So now she will take control of it now for the Cougars. Uchowski passes up ahead there. The Johnson has to return back for it, and it does. And Chasma now has it. Chasma, can she go all the way to make it 9? And she does! The 9th goal of the day for the Cougars. And Chasma's 3rd career goal. So now she has 3 goals and 2 assists to her name this year. It is now the 9th goal of the day for the Cougars, which ties their season high. They're 1 goal away from breaking that high so far this year. As it's all Cougars here today, as they are up now by 7. As Beloit are just dead in the water, I say. As the Cougars have really put a number on Beloit this game so far, and their netminder Sophia Jalova despite her 11 saves, and 9 out of the 20 shots on target have gone behind her. So now the magic number for the Cougars is 3 right here. Shazma, can she make it 2 goals back to back for her? Decides to give it up right there to Ornstein. Ornstein has a chance to make it 10 right here. Well, Ornstein cannot finish there that time. Very best opportunity right here for Piachowski. Thinks what she's going to do. She's going to give it off right there to Parker. Parker is unable to gain control. Beloit now will have it. McNair, who has been rather quiet here as of late, has contributed to both goals today, but they are in dire need of her to step up here and have any chance of making a comeback. If they want to, they'll have to start doing that sooner rather than later. Double team defensively right there by Coleman and Ornstein results in McNair losing the ball, and McGee will just pass it up ahead. Unfortunately, it just goes out of bounds. Goes Nays. Shasma looking to make it her second of the day. Loses control. And to be picked up right there by Ornstein. Cougars looking to get their 10th goal. Be the first time they have 10 this year. Vichowski look to get there. Cannot. Cougars still have possession off into the zone. Beto. It looked like from here she's going to shoot it. However, just goes a weird angle. An opportunity. Parker cannot make it 10 for the Cougars. They are trying so desperately to finally score double digits so far this year. Remember, this is a Cougars team that was second to last in conference in goals per game this year, with averaging a little bit over 6. The only team that was worse than them in the category from the conference is Beloit themselves, as Beloit to make it the third goal of the day. And a good job of defensive by the Cougars. And now allowing the opportunity. And Ludwig running and running and running ahead before stops. There, Parker, who is in search of a hat trick. Both her and Ornstein have a pair of goals to their names today. Shasma picks it up and that's going to try to go across the middle right here for a better angle. Can't, so they'll have to give it up to Ornstein. Barker letting herself a hat trick. So, opportunity right here for Parker to get herself the hat trick right here. Parker looking to get her first hat trick since the game against Kalamazoo. And is going to reset up offensively right here. 36 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Parker now in space for the 10th. Cannot. Yeah, she whipped it all right. The shot goes wide to the right. Petrosky looking to get the 10th. They just can't get the 10th goal. They've had numerous opportunities here, and especially alone to get the 10th, and they cannot. Minutes left. Let's see if Beloit here can get a go back and make the score a bit more respectable. And just as I say that, they lose possession, and Shasman immediately starts play once more. They take advantage of Beloit potentially caught sleeping. Johnson loses as he was trying to go in front of the net. And Ornstein will get it off the bounce and turnover again for Beloit. It's going to be their 17th of the day. Ornstein, flag on the play. Ornstein makes it 10 on the day for the Cougars. They have finally hit the 10-goal mark. They have been so desperate of achieving all season long. And more importantly, it is a hat trick for Ornstein. And the long-anticipated 10th goal has finally arrived for the Cougars, as it is Ornstein's first hat trick of the season. It's now an 8-goal lead, and for Ornstein, it is her first hat trick since the conference semifinal game last season at home against Edgewood, in which she had scored 4 goals in that one. Now was the last of a 4 consecutive streak, of which if she scored a hat trick or more last season. Hopefully the science will continue for her during conference play. The magic number now is 2 for the runoff clock right here for the Cougars. Parker, the last player on the team today who has a pair of goals, who has not gotten herself a hat trick. She'll have a minute here in the third and along with the remainder of fourth quarter to do so. Chowski. Pito. Fake pass there to Parker. 30 seconds left here in the third. Cougars entering cruise control, I should say. Pressure here for Parker from the near side angle. Can she make it her third on the day? We'll play it back out there to Ornstein. Ornstein has a chance to make it 11. Riley Ornstein dispossessed right at the end. And with a little bit of under 20 seconds left, Beloit will look just to get out and get us to the third here. Ludwig, good work by her defensively. Rowdy. Stretch pass back there. Isn't able to get to the Buccaneer. Well, 45 minutes are in the books, 15 minutes left. Cougars are well on their way to go 2-0 conference. The question is, what will be the margin of victory by the end? We'll be back shortly for the start of the fourth. Left here in the contest. Your Concordia Cougars are well on their way to go 2-0 conference play as they're up 10-2 against the Buccaneers of Beloit College. As the Cougars now will go on their first 2-game winning streak should they hang on in today's game. Beloit will 3 consecutive losses. But hey, we've seen crazier things in lacrosse, haven't we? So this game may not be out just yet for the Bucks, but they have not scored since the 13:25 mark in the second. Since then, it has been an 8-0 run by the Cougars. Third quarter stats: the Cougars had 12 shots compared to Beloit's 3. If Beloit want to have any chance of either making this a close game look more respectable, they really need to just have some time possession in the offensive zone and just have some shots and see if one of those goes in. We'll take a look at what's ahead for Beloit. After today's game, they have 4 games remaining in their season in conference. 3 out of those 4 will be at home. Their first one will be next Tuesday at home against the almighty Aurora University, followed by that home against Illinois Tech. Their only away game remaining will be against Merriam, Wisconsin, and their last game of the year will be against Edgewood. While for the Cougars, on their side of things, they will be off for the next 10 days. They'll be back on April 15th on Saturday at 12 o'clock against Cornell University of Wisconsin, which will be senior day. Afterwards, they will have 3 more conference games, which 2 of those 3 will be away. The next 2 games will be at Illinois Institute of Technology and Edgewood, followed by their April 25th clash against Aurora, which could very well be a preview of the conference tournament final for a 3rd consecutive year. They also do have 1 non-conference game remaining to close out their season. Speaking of closing out the game, Pierchowski makes it now her 4th goal of the day. It is now a 9-goal lead for the Cougars, as they are now 1 goal away from the magic number of 12 and having a double-digit lead to allow the clock to run out. It is her 25th of the year for Pierchowski, and she's just continuing to be one of the best players, not only of the team, but the entire conference. As Beloit they have been out of it for quite a while, and with 13:03 left, there's still some time for the Cougars to further extend their lead and get a couple more players, but actually on the score sheet. Meanwhile, quick update in the women's softball game right now. They are currently down 1-0 in the top of the second against Northpark University, as they have just given up, it appears to be a single in that game. They are all the way on the far side of the campus. So best of luck right there to the Lady Cougars. Take a look at what's going around the conference in and out for the women's lacrosse. Take a look at today's schedule. So 2 other conference games will start about half hour's time. Edgewood will be away to Horton, Wisconsin, and will play host to Illinois Tech. And then this weekend, you will have 2 more conference games. Aurora will take on Miriam, Illinois Tech will take on Edgewood. Beloit's still looking for that elusive 3rd goal that's been haunting them ever since the halfway point of the second, and almost got their 3rd goal intentionally right there. They have 15 shots to their name compared to 35 from the Cougars. By far and away, this is the best performance of the season by the Cougars. As coming today, their highest total of shots in the game was 28 against Kalamazoo. They have surpassed that total at 35. Also in the shots on target department, they have surpassed that with 27. Talk about efficiency. That has been that type of day for the Cougars. So the question now remains: who will give the Cougars the 12th goal of the day? Ornstein. There's Ornstein now. Right there at Parker. 10.5 minutes here remaining in the game. Cougars look to Took their time with things now. No rush. Petrovsky looking to. She's not looking at me. I'm still looking for her 5th goal. She has scored 5 goals in 1 game this year. On the other hand, you have Parker right here looking to get herself a hat trick. Still unable to get it. Still has the ball, however. Say there for Ornstein to make it 12. And Riley Ornstein has done it. The 12th goal of the day. Her 4th, which her and Petrovsky are tied with most goals today with 4. And more importantly, the running clock has commenced with 9.5 minutes left in the game. Ornstein now with 11 on the year for her. And Petrovsky should get herself an assist to her name. It is her first assist of the day. Petrovsky gets only her 2nd on the season. Not known for her playmaking ability, is far more known for her goal scoring. But she'll have an assist to her name today. She becomes the 5th player on the Cougars team to have an assist. Say that. It's right there to Parker. Parker's still searching for that hat trick right there. Nays. Change of possession right here for Beloit. Beloit are at risk to have their 2nd straight consecutive game of only scoring 2 goals or less. If that happens, it'll be already the 4th time this year they've only scored 2 goals or less in the game. They've given up 16 per game in the last 2. And with 7 minutes left, that case might be happening once more today for them. Meanwhile, quick update once again, softball. North Park are now up 2-0 on the Cougars, so they get set for the bottom of the 2nd. Back on the field, Shasma right now is running with it. Shasma looking to have her first multi-goal game in her career. Johnson looks to get herself on the score sheet today. Shot got blocked right there. Common picks up the ground ball. Ornstein. Ludwig right now. Parker, who then immediately gives it off right there to number 12 in Ornstein. Under 6 minutes here in the 4th. Cougars have scored 10 goals unanswered after Beloit tied things up at 2 early on in the second. But since then, things have not been the same for this Buccaneers team. Rowdy. And we have a timeout with 5:03 left. The Cougars on their way to pick up their second conference win of the season here shortly. Cougars just looking to get across the finish line and pick up their second straight win of the year. They'll go to 3-6 on the year, 2-0 in conference. After today, Beloit will go to 2-5, 0-2 in conference. McNair, who gives it off right there. Then she has it once more. This entire second half, Beloit has just had 4 shots, while the Cougars have had 4 times that amount at 16. That tells you the story of what kind of half it has been. With 25 seconds remaining left. Almost shot clock right here for Beloit. McNair right here will look to finally end the 10-0 run right here and get her second of the day and salvage what has been a rough day for her and her teammates. And can't convert there. Shot goes wide to the right. Shot been a common theme you see of pretty pleasant opportunities. Hayes takes it all by herself. Here's Johnson. Orange team picks up the ground ball. Shot off target. And we currently have, it appears, a Beloit player down on the field. We'll take a quick timeout with 2:31 left here in the fourth. Two and a half left remaining. Looking ahead at the Cougars, their next opponent, which will be Concordia, Wisconsin. They do play today against Edgewood, but before today, they have been on fire as of late, winning 3 consecutive games, including 2 common opponents that the Cougars have faced this year. Obviously, today against Beloit, Concordia, Wisconsin won theirs 18-2. It appears the Cougars will win this one 12-2. Their other common opponents this year was against Kalamazoo, which UC Wisconsin won 16-5 in overtime, while the Cougars, on their hand, lost to Kalamazoo 12-9. And there's our 13th of the day. That one will go right there to Nays. It is Nays. Her second of the day. What a game she's had for Nays. A career day for her for both goals and assists in terms of the combined. Look at both of them. Nays with 2 goals and 3 assists today. So that's the 13th goal of the day on this, the 40th shot for the Cougars. Take a look, as we were mentioning before, back to Concordia, Wisconsin common opponents. Kalamazoo. The Cougars lost to Kalamazoo 12-9, while they won 16-5. And in addition to that, the last common opponent that both teams have, which was against Franklin College, University of Wisconsin lost theirs 11-8, while the Cougars lost their game 17-7. Although since then, Cougars have been playing a lot better as of late. So it'll be interesting to see how the Cougars respond. They have a 10-day break. And this will be one of their biggest tasks in conference. Because remember, the top 4 teams in the conference make it to the conference tournament. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the horn will sound, and your Concordia Chicago Cougars come out victorious for the second straight consecutive game. They are now 2-0 in conference. They put a rout over Beloit College, 13-2, the final score. What an offensive performance from the Cougars. Their best of the year. It was the first time this year they have scored 10 goals or more. 40 shots, 30 of them on target, led by 4-goal performance by both Ryan Ornstein and Kelly Piachowski. Has got Parker and Ace both with 2 goals, and Chloe Chesma with a goal herself. Beloit, they remain shy for pretty much majority of 3 quarters for the most part. Only 2 goals for them on the day. They were outscored 11-0 to close out the game. Their 2 goal scorers came from Joanna McNair and Daisy Kleinhofer. For Concordia Chicago, the next game will be here in 10 days on Senior Day against Concordia, Wisconsin. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, from the entire production crew here at Air Force, this is Raphael Gonzalez saying so long, and as always, go Cougars.